माला नेपाली सार्वभौम भई फैलिएका मेची महाकाली सयौं थुङ्गा फुलका हामी एउटै माला नेपाली सार्वभौम भई फैलिएका मेची महाकाली प्रकृतिका कोटि कोटि
Namaste. Mero naam Rebecca Ho. My name is Rebecca, and I'm one of the PFF volunteers for the year 2012-2013. I am currently living in Elam, Nepal. So Elam is a municipality in eastern Nepal, where I have been living for 3 months, and I will be here for another 5. So right now I'm working with a local organization called Namsling Community Development Center, NCDC, where we are currently implementing a project called Action for Health, Swasthya Ko Lagi Pahal. And what this project is about is health education for behavior change.
Hi everyone, I'm Pradeep from Elam, Nepal. So right now I'm working at NCDC with the project Action for Health and with Rebecca from Canada. So I'm really loving to work with her jointly in the community these days. Health education for our behavior change. So we are mostly working with youths, women groups and school students as well. So at first, talking about youths, we had already celebrated 10 days of activism, which is a global campaign. This year we had focused on youth-friendly services, meaningful youth participation and comprehensive sexuality education, which was really fun and good activities that we celebrated. After that, we were busy moving towards different schools along with NCDC's next project, Sustainable School Environment Promotion Program. We had recently conducted a training, 3 days training on open defecation free and health and sanitation training on Namsling VDC. After that, we had recently celebrated Global Hand Washing Day, which was a really fun day that we celebrated. And beside that, we had done surveys at school, which will help us to implement our program as well. Thank you.
Indira Kimire, Isab Kota, Rosmina Dakal, Dinesh Bhatrai, र बसन्त रिजा लाई हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु र
Approaching the middle of my fourth and final year of my bachelor's degree, Bachelor's of Arts in Health Studies, I was trying to think about the next steps, what I wanted to do after university. What I really wanted was an opportunity to apply what I had learned through my experiences at university in a real-life context. I also knew that I really loved to travel and experience new cultures, but I had decided that if I was going to go abroad, I wanted to do something meaningful in the community that I visited, and I wanted to plant myself for some time in order to really submerge myself in the culture and to really get to know the people. During my fourth year at Queen's, I'd been volunteering actually for QUIC, or the International Centre at Queen's, working as a World Link volunteer, promoting international experiences to students on campus. I learned about the PFF opportunity through the advisor at QUIC, actually at the beginning of January, so I'm glad you guys are finding out about it a little bit earlier than I did. I was immediately drawn to this opportunity. I will tell you a little bit about the approach that I took for the application process. I knew that if I was going to do a project, I wanted to do something in the area of health education and health promotion, because that's something that I'm really passionate about. Second of all, I thought about what country I might want to travel to. I ended up pretty quickly narrowing my focus to Nepal. The main reason for that was that I had a family connection to Nepal through my parents' travels and having sponsored a young Nepali girl through Plan Canada when I was a young child. So the third step that I took, and I don't necessarily think this is the best approach, but I ended up searching in the Community Services Directory of Nepal for health education and health promotion NGOs, or for organizations that that could have potentially had projects related to the area of health education and health promotion. The fourth thing that I did was I made a common template letter describing my interests, strengths, and inquiring about the potential for a health education project with the organizations. And I tailored each individual email to the specific organization that I contacted. The fifth step was after sending close to 40 emails one Saturday afternoon in Common Ground, I managed to hear back from about 5 people, 2 of which directed me towards one man now living in Colorado, who is actually the co-founder of an NGO in Eastern Nepal, which is now the organization I'm working with. This man is also currently the director of the Nepal Community Development Foundation, where there are branches in both Colorado and in Toronto, Canada. This man became my mentor throughout the application process as he tried to learn about my interests and strengths and how I could apply them with the Nepali organization, NCDC. Start now, because there will be glitches along the road. Some really important considerations that I think you should keep in mind are: do you want to live in a rural or an urban community? Do you want the challenge of learning a new language? Or do you want the comfort of being able to speak to everyone in your mother tongue? Do your research. Do your research, especially on the organization you'll be working with. What kind of organization do you want to work with? What's their mandate? What other projects or programs are going on in the organization? Does the organization have an international focus? Who is funding some of the other projects that are going on? Does the organization have other international volunteers working with them? These are all some important questions. My final recommendation is find a mentor, preferably 2. One that has strong ties to the organization in the local community you may be working in. Someone who really understands the culture, the people, and what the needs are of the community, or who can link you to people who do know. And 2, find a mentor at Queen's. Someone who understands community development, someone who understands maybe the topic area that you're hoping to implement a project in. The most important, though, is someone who you can call up if you have any questions or need to run over some ideas, someone who can edit your application and kind of be there with you through the process. Having those 2 mentors, or at least one strong mentor, will be really key for the application. First, do not ever underestimate the power of communication. learn the local language, and start now. But if this does end up being your weakness, as it is in my case, use this as an opportunity to train community peer educators, people who will be able to conduct programs, and this will really help the sustainability of the program. Number 2 is always think sustainability. What's going to happen with the project when you've left? Are there mechanisms that you've set up or put in place along with the local organization to allow this project to flourish and to be really fruitful once you leave 8 months or 12 months later? The third thing, as my mentor has taught me well, have high goals and low expectations. Be flexible. Get as many people involved in the program as possible. So whether it's involving a child or a young student, really involving them in the monitoring of the program, give them the power as much as possible. Another thing is be clear with your vision. Many people will be asking you for support with their programs or with other organizations or other community efforts. There'll be many people who would just love to have your support. So you must be clear and really know your vision. Another thing is not everyone will be fully motivated by your program, and that's okay. What I've learned is that it's important to draw on the people who express interest and motivation. Work with these people and groups as a way to leverage the buy-in of other community members. Strongly consider having one local translator, go-to person. For me, I have one boy, his name is Pradeep, and he is my jack of all trades. He is amazing. He has strong community connections, incredible communication and coordination abilities. He and I are working together full-time for the project, and that's just been so key for the success of our project so far. Keep it simple. You will have so many new creative ideas that will come to you throughout the process, and that's okay, but be ready to make choices and understand where your priorities lie. And finally, enjoy. You are about to embark on a journey that will be incredibly eye-opening, challenging, exciting, and full of adventure. So just enjoy the process. Thank you.